I know this isn't something that we've talked about in the channel. We haven't discussed it. It hasn't been a topic of conversation, but I am going to be playing Path of Exile 2. It releases for early access tomorrow, and I have gained access to the game and will be playing. As of right now, we'll look at what that costs to do, and then eventually it's going to be free for everybody. But we're going to talk about what we know, what the website is sharing with us today, because I'm just so excited to dive into this game tomorrow. All right, as we can see, early access launching on December 6th, which is tomorrow on Steam, Epic Games, PlayStation 5, Xbox. You can gain access now. Now, if you click on the Gain Access Now button, you'll notice you can get a $30 bundle, which is going to give you all of these items. You have a $60 bundle, 100, 160, 240, and 480, which is the Liberator of Wayclass Supporter, getting the most rewards for participating in the game early. But you do what's right for you if you want to get in early. I've decided that I'm going to be taking a casual approach to the game because I am not a hardcore ARPG guy, but I am someone that does enjoy action RPGs. So I'm going to be doing that in my own fashion here in the channel, of course, while playing Diablo Immortal as well. Let's take a look at Wayclass. For 20 years, it's been free for any sources of corruption, but the Count of Oham tempted our promises of power, intends to harness it once more. The dead are rising, monsters are mutating, and madness is spreading from this new seed of corruption. On the way, you'll face fearsome monsters, meet strange characters, forge unlikely bonds, and uncover lost civilizations. Explore the dark forest of Ogam, traverse the barren plains of the Vastiri Desert, and delve into the jungle ruins of Exile, an ancient Vale city. Now, it's worth noting, guys, that I have not really ever played much of Path of Exile 1. Like, a very little bit. So I'm going to be coming in day one as a new player, enjoying the game in a way that I like to enjoy my games, which is learning, sharing, enjoying all at the same time. Let's get into the next tab over here. Act 1. Corruption and disease fester in every shadowed corner of the primordial forests of Ogam. The worn grainstones of Ezemite and Eternal alike mark centuries of bloodshed, a bitterness that has arisen once more due to the return of evil. All new lore to me, which is actually quite exciting. Act 2. Once a lush and verdant land, the Vastiri is now better known for its crimson sands, blackened wastelands, and harsh salt flats. In search of trade and oasis, nomadic caravans cross the harsh dunes, shaded by the vast ruins of their glorious past. Act 3. The jungles of the inner continent hide the decaying ziggurats of the ancient Vale, once the pinnacle of civilization on Wayclass. Now, nothing remains but weathered stone, overgrown temples, and remnants of cataclysm that ended the once great people. All right, so that's a little bit on what we're coming to expect as the game does drop. Now, there are a bunch of different classes that we could play as, 6 to be exact, the warrior being one of them, and you have a little bit of details of all of this stuff that you get from the warrior. To me, and again, someone that has not played this before, obviously we're looking at like a barbarian style class. The warrior pounds the ground with big, chunky attacks and can shrug off the hits of smaller enemies with large amounts of armor. The Titan focuses on stuns, slams, and beefy defense. Call upon the ancestors to boost your slams, push your enemies to the ground, and shrug off the attack. And then Ascendancy, the Warbringers. This looks like different levels that we can get of this class. The fearsome frontline fighter conjures ancestral spirits to pummel the foes and has a voice so powerful that war cries can detonate the fallen enemies. So each of these classes that we're going to look at has these 3 different stages, and they progress as they get stronger. I'm not going to read through all of them, but we have the Sorceress, which is getting beefed up as time goes on. Other third class is the Ranger, and I really like the evolution inside of this and how it actually works. I'm not sure how the mechanic looks inside of the game, but we will learn as we go. The Monk, least popular class in Diablo Immortal. Will it be more popular in Path of Exile 2? 3 stages of the monk. There is the mercenary, which is like a demon hunter, 3 stages. And the final one that's available right now is the witch, stage 1, 2, brutal looking, and 3. These other class options, there's 6 more that are displayed here, we cannot yet click on. There's nothing available right now. New skill gem system. Let's get a little bit of a zoom in here so we can take a closer look. Path of Exile 2 features hundreds of skill gems, items that grant devastating active skills and almost as many support gems. Combine these together to create your perfect build. Each skill can be modified by up to 5 support gems, which change their behavior in drastic ways. This is pointing out a few things. 1, the depth inside of this game is unparalleled. It is so much deeper than Diablo 4 and so much deeper than Diablo Immortal, a very different style action RPG game. The reason why I think that this could be something fun to do on this channel right here is because here, everyone that plays Diablo Immortal downloads the game for free. You can do the same thing here with Path of Exile when it officially launches in 2025. As of right now, the early access costs a minimum of $30. Unless if you happen to be lucky and get into one of the giveaways that a lot of different Path of Exile players that are content creators are giving away. They have some access codes. Get involved in their giveaways. Big shout out to my boy DM, who I believe is running a giveaway right now on his stream as we're doing this right here. That's DM stream going on right there. All right, let's get back to this. We have passive skill tree. These skill trees look so overwhelming, but we're going to learn them and enjoy them and do it in a casual, fun way. Path of Exile's iconic passive skill tree has made a return with 1,500 skills that allow you to completely customize your gameplay experience. Each class starts in a different location, but they all share the same tree, allowing you to experiment with combining mechanics from different classes. I love this. What I plan to do here is to do a whole bunch of different builds, just doing it for fun, trying to enjoy the classes and build the best characters that we can. Then we have dual specialize your passive skill tree. Path of Exile 2 introduces dual specialization, the ability to allocate some passive skill points to different weapon sets. They engage whether the appropriate weapon or skill is used, making a hybrid build has never been easier. All right, so that's also talking about the real depth that the game has to offer. Now, we have an in-depth equipment system. Path of Exile 2 features hundreds of equipment-based types. You can augment your arsenal with new weapons such as crossbows, as well as supplementary items like focuses and scepters. So really cool looking. By the way, the website itself looks really great. I actually quite like it. Right here, explore the Endgame. Completing the campaign is just the beginning. Apparently the campaign is like 50 or 60 hours long, just the campaign itself, before you really like start the game. It's like in Diablo Immortal, before you beat the story and get to Paragon, you have to beat the story, right? So it's much longer, more intense, a lot more content there. Completing the campaign is just the beginning. The end game in Path of Exile 2 includes countless areas of different biomes, powerful crafting, challenging bosses, unique encounters, and much more. Unlock new paths and explore further into the world, there's a huge number of things to find. As you progress through the end game, you'll gain access to special passive trees that can boost the rewards of your maps and change the way the various endgame mechanics work. These trees will make your maps more rewarding, but also more difficult. Now, we have Trial of the Sikimas. Ascension in Path of Exile 2 requires completion of great trials, which you'll find as you progress through the campaign. The Trial of the Sikimas is a grueling gauntlet with roguelike mechanics that will test your strength, will, cunning, and patience. Each room has its own challenges to overcome and rewards to claim. On each floor, you'll fight powerful bosses which will truly test your limitations. Trial of the Sikimas scales all the way into the end game, adding more content, progression mechanics, unique rewards, and player power that can only be gained from the trial. Again, super exciting. It looks like we have another trial right here. It's worth me noting though, of course you could do single player experiences here, but you can make up to 6 player parties to engage in different areas of this game, which is also something different, something exciting. Trials of Chaos. While exploring the Veiled Jungle, you'll discover the Temple of Chaos, which introduces another way of ascending in Path of Exile 2. Entry to the trial requires a token from the strange entity known only as the Trailmaster. As you enter each room of the trial, or the Trial Master will fill it with hazards to test your commitment. After each room, you'll need to make a choice. Take the rewards you've earned so far, or go double or nothing, increasing your rewards, but take one more risk. The Trial of Chaos God also extends into Endgame. Explore deeper into the temple, take even more risks and even more rewards, gain powerful crafting items, and face the pinnacle boss in a challenging fight. We have Breach. Path of Exile 2 introduces sequels to several leagues of Path of Exile. While their mechanics are familiar, the monsters, bosses, and rewards progressions are all new. A breach is a tear in the fabric of reality, beyond which demons and otherworldly monstrosities lie and wait. By engaging with a breach, you'll create a bridge between their world and Rayclast. In order to keep the breach open, you will need to kill the demons that pour forth. Kind of sounds like a horde mode. Expedition. These are all different types of modes that we can play inside of the game. Kalgoran settlers have discovered ancient burial sites with lost Veresium artifacts, and they want to help dig them up with explosives. The Kalgorans have marked the locations where the relics can be found. Place explosives as best as you can to dig up as many as possible. There's just one problem. Corruption has brought the corpses of their ancestors to life, so might have to do a little cleanup before you reclaim the artifacts. You can also find remnants, the destruction of which will further anger the relentless dead. Each one you blow up will make subsequent monsters more powerful, but also more rewarding. Man, there's a lot of these things. I was not expecting all of these. Ritual. Ritual altars are sacrificial sites built by the mysterious king in the mists. Ritual altars demand tribute. Each monster you slaughter in the circle will feed you the altar. After the sacrifice, touch it to begin the ritual. The monsters you just killed will be resurrected by the king in the mist's dark magic, and you must fight to survive. The tribute has offered the tribute you have offered to the altar can then be spent by the powerful to buy powerful items. Delirium. Some maps have been touched by insanity. A mysterious entity has taken special interest in you. Step through the looking glass and you'll find your nightmares coming to life. When you touch a mirror, the mist of delirium will spread out across the area, infecting your mind. You must stay within the mist to maintain the nightmare, which is profitable as it is terrifying. Everything you'll kill will increase the rewards you drop. However, the deeper into the mist you travel, the stronger the monsters are. Be careful not to overstay your welcome. And face the pinnacle threat. While mapping, you might come across a giant fortress with a pillar of flame and ash rising from the center that has emerged from underground. Surrounded by an enormous maze riddled with danger. Is the maze preventing something from getting in or something from getting out? Now you can see right here, join early access now starting on December 6th. You get one of those supporter packs and it shows it right here, and you'll be able to get access to the game. That's how it works. You can even, from what I am being told, get a pre-download link so that once the game is available to play, your download is done and you are good to go. But you get to see all the extra rewards that you're getting here as you progress through the larger packs. Now, I am not partnered with Path of Exile in any way. I have never made a video on Path of Exile in any way. This is my first ever, and this is me just kind of going through a very brief look at what we can expect when the game does launch in that early access tomorrow. Really looking forward to it, and I will be diving in myself. Let me know if you guys are going to be playing Path of Exile as well. I'm going to take you on my journey in a very similar fashion that I do on my Raid channel, playing, learning, really enjoying myself, and bringing it all together in a fun piece of content so we could all be in this one together. If you want to follow me on the journey, subscribe if you're not already. And if you are already a subscriber or even someone new here, in the comments, let me know if you have excitement over this game and if you plan to watch the videos as they drop.